Finally, after 6 model years of this car, there are rumors that might be substantial about the next generation WRX and STI, so let's talk about it. So what's going on, guys? It is Friday, August 30th, 2019, and that date's important because this is the day that all these rumors came out. So if you're watching in the future, this is the day we're talking about. All right, so let's start with these rumors. At the end, I'm going to give a little editorial about stuff with this car and some stuff about the future. But again, if you're watching just for the news, let's get right into that. So let's put a little asterisk by this news because this news came from a Japanese website, essentially, about the WRX and STI. And the reason he's an asterisk is because Subaru of Japan uses some different engines than Subaru of America in some of their cars. For example, the STI over there, I believe, uses a 2-liter direct injection engine, where in America we get the 2.5 EJ, which is a port injection, pretty old engine. Like, seriously, I think it might be like 20 years old now. So because of this, I'm going to go through the rumors and I'm going to give a little bit of put a little bit of discussion around these rumors because the leaks, again, came from a Japanese website, so they might be talking about Japanese engines and possibly Japanese cars. So I'm going to put in my comments about what it might mean for the American version of the new WRX and STI. Okay, so when I first saw this news, which was this morning, it was from Motor One, and they obviously took this news from the Japanese website. They translated it, took the news over, and I saw it on one American website, so I thought, okay, it might be real, but again, it could just be rumors. But then it popped up on Forbes, and it popped up on Road and Track, and many other websites that are also credible. So what does that mean? It means these rumors are, at least my assumption is, these American websites think these rumors from this other website might be real, or that that other website from Japan is known for credible rumors or credible sources. So the only reason I'm talking about these rumors today is because they hit these American websites and multiple credible ones, so I think there might be some substance behind these rumors. All right, guys, I'm back in a new spot because the place I was sitting at had a party of people come all when I was filming. So anyway, back here, hopefully it's not too dark. Let's get back into it. So let's start with the rumors of the date. So the Japanese website was saying that the Next Gen WRX and STI will come out in 2019 or will be shown off in 2019. Now what that means is it'll probably come to an auto show in 2019 and then be released in 2020 as a 2021 model year. And I believe the website was saying that as well, that at least it would be released in 2020 as a 2021 model year and then shown off in 19. So shown off in 19 would be essentially an auto show. And so that would be very similar to this car. This car was shown off in 2013 at the LA Auto Show and then released in 2014 as a 2015 model. Also, fun fact about this car, I wanted it so bad when it came out and I loved it at the LA Auto Show when I saw it, at least through my monitor, or through my TV, that I drove up to Detroit in January of 2014 to see it myself in person at the Detroit Auto Show before it was even released. And I actually have a picture of it right here, me standing with the car. All right, so back to it. Do I think this part is credible or this part's real? I think it is. I'm gonna say 60-40. 60% think it's gonna happen, 40% not. And why do I say that? Well, my biggest doubt, first off, the timing and the dates after 6 model years of this car, that sounds about reasonable. I think the last car was 7 model years. This one will be 6 model years. That sounds about right for a refresher, for a full redesign of a car. However, where my doubts come from is we haven't seen test mules. So the new WRX and STI are going to be on the new global platform. This was also on a new platform when this car came out, and in 2013, this was spotted as essentially an Impreza with nothing else new on it except a hood scoop for the turbo. And I think I have pictures of it, I'll put them up if I can see them, of pictures I saw online from that period where you had essentially an Impreza, which presumably had the new turbo engine, and then had a hood scoop on it, and it was sitting next to the old WRX to test against, and then Impreza had a 6-speed manual, and that was a test mule we saw running around, I think, in summer of 2013. So if these rumors are true, I would expect right at this moment, this is the end of summer, I would have expected like right now to start seeing, or maybe even a couple months back, but we haven't seen it yet, but I would expect to see test mules running around of the new WRX somehow. And since it's running on the new Impreza platform, the new Subaru Global platform, I would expect the new Impreza to be the test mule with essentially something cut, a hood scoop cut out so that it could breathe for the intercooler for the turbo, and see that running around maybe with one of these cars to test with. So since we haven't seen that yet, I'm gonna bring it back a little bit. If we saw those test mules, I would say 90% chance that all this is true about the timing and the dates of this. But since not, I'm gonna put it at like 60% chance, but I still think the timing sounds about right. All right, next, important stuff, talking about the cars, the power plants, and everything. So the WRX, the rumor, now remember, this is Japanese website news. So they're talking about the Japan cars, and they're rumoring a 1.8 liter turbo for the Next Gen WRX. Now that's in Japan. Now, I really don't think that engine would come to America. Again, the 1.8 turbo is going to be making 270 horsepower, there is what they're saying. And again, that could come to America, but I think honestly, they'll probably carry over this engine. This engine isn't that old. It's still direct injection. It still gets pretty good fuel economy. It's not rated super high, but I get 33 on the highway on long trips, and I get 31 on short highway trips. So this still gets really good gas mileage. It's still a newer engine. I wouldn't be surprised if they carried the 2-liter from this WRX over to the next generation. Plus, I would presume that would cause less hassle for Subaru in America to kind of file engines through the FTC or whatever they have to do to get the engine in here. So I think it'll be carryover, but the Japanese website is saying that for Japan at least, it's going to be a 1.8 turbo in the new WRX making 270 horsepower. So I would expect either that engine, but I think it'd probably be a carryover with a little bit of a bump up of power. This engine makes 268 stock. I would say probably somewhere in the 270 to 280 range is what they'll do if they keep this engine and tune it up. Okay, now to the STI. Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, the STI in Japan has a 2-liter direct injection engine. And in America, we get the EJ, which is the port injection, really old engine, and it's a 2.5-liter turbo. So what this website is saying, again, is it's saying that the STI, the new STI, is going to be a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder flat 4 with direct injection, making 315 horsepower. And again, that's kind of disappointing because the current STI, at least in America, makes 310 horsepower from the old EJ. I don't know exactly what the Japan one makes. I'm sure it's pretty close to that in their 2-liter. But again, they're saying a 2-liter turbo making 315 horsepower. So now let's talk about America. I don't think that 2-liter would come to America or that the STI in America would have a 2-liter. They have that new 2.4 turbo that's in the Subaru Ascent. It just got put in the Subaru Legacy XT as well as the Subaru Outback XT. Those make like 260 something horsepower, I think somewhere around there. But those also can run on regular unleaded. I think that 2.4 turbo is going to be in the new STI, and making it run on premium and tuning it, I'm sure they can make it, if they wanted to, they could probably make it 400 horsepower, but I think they won't do much. I think they'll make it like 320, 330. They probably won't bump it much. But again, back to the actual rumors. The rumors from the Japanese website say 2-liter turbo for the STI. Okay, so the last big rumor left, they're saying, is that the new WRX will be CVT only. That means automatic only. That would really, really, really suck. Now, I am kind of over the WRX in my point of life where I actually want an STI. If I were to get another Subaru car, it would be an STI. It wouldn't be the WRX just because I want something more hardcore. WRX is a great car. So it wouldn't matter to me because the rumor is saying that the new STI will be a stick shift and that the new WRX will be an automatic. I would go for the STI anyway, so it doesn't matter to me, but that still sucks for people who want that entry-level WRX, want either better gas mileage, don't need as much power, don't want to spend as much money, or can't afford to spend as much money. That sucks that they'd be stuck with an auto. Will this happen? I don't know. I'm pretty up in the air on this because stick shifts are dying really, really fast. So it wouldn't surprise me either way. If they kept the stick shift, wouldn't surprise me. If they got rid of the stick shift in the WRX, it still wouldn't surprise me. The only reason about this rumor of the automatic is a little weird to me, because I get that manuals are dying and I can see them doing that, is the fact that there was an article in Jalopnik a few months ago saying that the Subaru WRX had a 90% manual take rate. So that means you are pissing off a lot of WRX customers who might buy another WRX if you were going automatic only, because most of them are telling you with their dollars that they want a stick shift. All right, so that's it. That's all the news. Really quick to summarize, they're saying 1.8 liter turbo for WRX, 2-liter turbo for STI, bump in power, very, very, very minimal for both the WRX and the STI. They're saying we'll see it in 2019 at some point, and it'll be on sale in 2020 as a 2021 model year, and that the WRX is going to go automatic only. That is the summary of those rumors. Again, Japanese website. They might be referring all to the Japanese versions of these cars, which could be different, but you never know, could come back over. I'm just happy that we saw some rumors, and the fact that multiple American sources talked about it, and big sources, and essentially wrote articles about this, makes me think that stuff's happening. Actually, stuff's happening. People are hearing about the new WRX and STI, and I'm very excited about that. Okay, so that's the news. Now on to my editorial. If you just want to see the news, go ahead and exit this browser tab. If not, stay here, and I'm going to talk about what I think about the next gen and what I want to do with this car. So the next gen WRX and STI, let me talk about this car. I just made a 5-year review of this car and said it was great. It's a 20-minute video, that's the summary. It's still a great car. I am to the point with this car that I'm just ready for the next car that would replace this car. I have the Z, I love the Z. It's fantastic. I need something that can still get me through winters, but also be fun in summers. Nothing against this car, I'm just ready for the next car. It's probably the first time I've actually said it on camera. So what does that mean? It means I need something that can at least handle some mild winters. Doesn't have to be all-wheel drive, but I would like all-wheel drive. I'm thinking about stuff like a Stinger. I'm thinking about other cars, but this news excites me because I am not against getting a new WRX STI. Now, like I said a few minutes earlier in this video, the WRX is kind of out of the question for me because this car is great, but now that I have the Z and I've driven it a lot, I realized that I like hardcore cars. This thing is actually not hardcore enough for me. It's not stiff enough. I like when there's absolutely zero body roll. This has some body roll. The brakes in this car are not inspiring, especially after having the Z brakes, which are huge 14-inch rotors, 4-piston fronts, 2-piston rears. These are much smaller rotors. These are 2-piston front, single-piston rears. The brakes are so different. I'm just ready. STI is the car I would buy. So like I was saying, an automatic WRX Rumor, I don't care about that. It sucks for a lot of people who want the stick shift in the WRX that would buy it, but I don't think I will buy another WRX. I would buy an STI because I want pretty hardcore now. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. The reason I didn't get the STI for this car is I really didn't want the old engine with the really bad gas mileage, essentially. It has much better gas mileage, not the old engine. And then also I was pretty much fresh out of college and couldn't really afford an STI, but I could afford the payments on a WRX. So that was the main reason why I got it. Again, I still love it, but replacing this car, an STI is where I would go. So to wrap it all up, I'm very excited because next year could be the year I replace this car. And I don't know what with. I need to test drive a lot. But if the STI comes out next year, that is seriously top of my list because I'm not done with fun, hooning sports cars. I don't care that I'm not 30 yet. I'm almost 30 and owning an STI. It doesn't matter what age you are. Own whatever car you want. And I don't necessarily need a luxury car yet or a Stinger yet. I like the Stinger a lot. But if the STI comes out in a stick shift, I'm driving that as soon as possible, and I might buy that. So I'm very excited about these rumors. And honestly, getting an STI being something more hardcore than this is gonna be awesome. It's also gonna be awesome for the channel. My channel, my channel's not huge, but it blew up when I got this car because I got it right away when this car came out. I got it in June of 2014, right when it was hitting dealers. And I made a ton of videos and it was awesome. I loved sharing it with people subscribing, commenting, interacting. It was awesome. And I would love to do that again where I get the STI and I'm one of the first to get it and I can just make tons of videos on the STI. And honestly, when I got this car, I just didn't have, I was right out of school. I didn't have the money to do stuff to it. If I get an STI, I'll probably throw stuff on it right away. I'll start tuning pretty early, I think. I think I'll get an exhaust like right away. I'll start doing awesome things and I'm just excited. These rumors make me very happy. At work all day, I was giddy. I was reading as much as I could about it because an STI in my future is something I would like to see. And I think all of you would like to see it. I got the Z. I'm sure you guys like the Z, but you guys subscribe for the WRX and getting the new STI. I think all you guys will like it. I'll love it. So anyway, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching the news portion. Thanks for making it to the editorial if you did. I hope you're as excited about the news as I am and excited about the future of Subaru WRX STI. Seems like it's gonna happen. It seems like it's coming soon and I will talk about it a lot probably. So hopefully you get used to it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.